Teo Nie Ching, Deputy Minister of Education, Yang Muhammad Dr. Yusuf Jacob, Minister of Education and Innovation of Sabah, ladies and gentlemen. It's my very great honor and pleasure to welcome here the Deputy Minister of Education, Yang Muhammad Teo Nie Ching, who has taken time off her busy schedule at the Senate to be with us this afternoon and to return to the Senate again immediately after this. So thank you, YB, for being with us here this afternoon. As we all know, YB Teo has been the Deputy Minister of Education since the election last year, and she has been one of our most hardworking Deputy Ministers. Previously, there were 2 ministries in education, where there were 2 ministers and 3 Deputy Ministers, and now there's only 1 minister, 1 Deputy Minister, to shoulder the very heavy responsibilities of both higher and secondary and school education. YB Teo is very largely responsible for schools, and I think hard work is getting us progress, and we wish to continue wishing YB Teo all the very best in your challenges and in your work ahead, and we welcome your thoughts and your ideas with us here at today's National Education and Learning Summit. Thank you very much again, YB, for being with us here this afternoon.
Thank you very much, the MC. Yang berhormat Datuk Dr. Yusuf bin Yaakob, Minister of Education and Innovation Sabah. Yang berbahagia Tan Sri Menteri, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to all of you. It gives me great honor to be here today with all of you for the National Learning and Education Summit 2019. I would like to convey my heartfelt gratitude to the Kingsley Strategic Institution for this invitation and also organizing this summit. I'm pleased to be here today to be told that this room comprises of delegates from a diverse range of industries, not only of those from the education sector. This puts me in a unique position, as the success of the Malaysian education sector cannot solely rely on discussions among stakeholders in the education sector alone, which will only result in the implementing of ideas. Instead, this must also involve a wider scope of discussion from working world, being from the various industry, the corporate sector, NGOs, and the students themselves. During this summit, there is much we can also learn from our international counterparts of what has been tried and tested in their own countries. I implore all presenters during today's summit not only to offer their latest perspective on the development of education, but also to engage in open and frank discussion. This includes any criticism some of you might have towards the current education system in Malaysia, whether it's being implemented by the government, especially under the Ministry of Education, or any other counterparts in the government. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the aim of the Ministry of Education is to prepare Malaysians for a changing world. Yet, the scope we need to cover is wide-ranging. From technical vocational education and training, early childhood education, primary education, secondary education, higher education, special education, long life learning, teachers education, and also private education. This government is well aware that the needs of our young is not limited to head knowledge. Their overall learning ability calls for their welfare to be made a top priority. And this is why the Ministry of Education is working very closely with the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Women, Family and Community Development, and also JAKIM towards creating safer environment for education. The government is also looking to improving the conditions of places of learning. often we forget about the one delivering education, the teachers themselves. Some training institutes are long overdue for an upgrade. To this end, an allocation of 2 million has been approved for teacher training institutes throughout the country, and an additional 1 million to improve the practice. Under the 11th Malaysian Plan, IPG Campus El Mohas is also due for an upgrade, which requires an estimated 24 million ringgit budget. There have been sites in the areas of Tibet, where 1,800 students from the 2018 cohort have successfully continued their educations in universities, having graduated from vocational colleges. The ministry is working with the MQA and the Department of Skills Development to ensure that the vocational colleges meet a certain standard to keep up with the needs of today. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the aspiration of this government is to restore public confidence towards the public schools as the schools of choice. In order to achieve this, we have to ensure that education is for all, as it is a shared responsibility. We do not want education to be isolated from the masses. Hence, we believe that schools are for the society and universities are for the community. To achieve this, we will be focusing 3 thrusts. First, value-driven education. Second, high-quality teaching, learning, and resources. And third, autonomy and accountability in schools and higher learning institutions. The ministry hopes to cultivate the spirit of love and care, happiness, and also mutual respect in our government schools. It is the ministry's aspiration that these values can be developed during their schooling days. In a society as diverse as Malaysia, this is why the Minister, Dr. Mazli Malik, wants to reintroduce the element of humanitarian or manusiawi back into our education culture. The second thrust is to improve the quality of education to one that is the center of excellence, relevant, and efficiencies. These include allowing our students to discover their potential, taking account of their abilities, interests, and academic performance. Today's students need to be exposed with the latest information technology, artificial intelligence, and the Internet of Things. Such features will be incorporated into the current means of teaching. These changes require us to put more emphasis on stream education, that is science, technology, reading, engineering, arts, and also mathematics. This needs to be run concurrently with a proficient grasp of English language, leading the ministry to introduce programs such as the highly immersive program, HIP, professional upskillings of English language teachers, or the English language enhancement program in secondary school. Program intervention, tambahan option bahasa Inggris, or we call it PITO-BI, sekolah rendah, and the English for the preschool teachers programs. The third thrust focuses on giving more autonomy and accountability. This goes along with YB Dr. Mazli's belief that a top-down and one-size-fits-all approach is no longer effective. Giving autonomy will unshackle our places of learning and enable them to be more innovative and make more appropriate decisions for the ultimate benefit of the students. However, having autonomy requires the practice of high levels of responsibility and a greater need for accountability from the parents, teachers, associations, alumni, and also the community surrounding the schools. At the same time, schools will have an opportunity to collaborate with these groups, such as NGO and other government agencies and the private to continue to contribute and be involved, bringing in their own expertise and also knowledge. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, to improve teaching ability, the Ministry of Education is undertaking several initiatives at all levels to reduce the workloads of teachers. The Ministry's strategies involving, first, simplifying filing and documentation procedures. Second, implementing a data and online system management system which will be used, for instance, for attendance taking, which is taking a bulk of teachers' time. Third, abolishment of primary schools examinations in level 1, which is from standard 1 to standard 3. And fourth, to standardize the forms and monitoring procedures. This will lead to the overall reduction of clerical work and bring it down to levels which are far more realistic. The Ministry is forming school-level committees to look into possible interventions to iron out elements which are unrelated to teaching, will be eventually removed and reduce the heavy workload currently sustained by the teachers and ultimately allow teachers to focus on quality of education delivery. Ladies and gentlemen, I would also like to share some of the Ministry's initiatives in enhancing the quality of the higher education sector for the past year. The establishment of student unions will allocate greater power and freedom for students with a greater sense of responsibility and accountability in managing their organizations and administrating affairs on campus. Students are expected to be held to a higher level of accountability and also higher standard in terms of transparency, competency, and integrity, similar to any other organization outside the university. Further, the idea of political participation inside universities is actually meant to spur a culture of healthy debate and intellectual discourse among the campus community. The repeal of University and College Act, our Code Section 15 sub-2 sub-C, which was tabled by the Minister of Education, Dr. Masih Malik, and passed in the Parliament in December last year, allowing the students for their political involvement in campus. Students are now free to declare their political affiliations without prejudice, and political figures from both sides, meaning from the government or the opposition, may now enter campuses to participate in talks, debates, and forums. Indeed, since the proposal was moved, Malaysian universities have been very open and active in organizing events in this nature. In meeting the demands of evolving jobs, Malaysian graduates have to possess strong positive values and be work ready to stay ahead in the global marketplace and contribute to the global well-being. On that note, we need to create a higher, resilient, and adaptable society, one that is able to adapt to the fast-changing environment, enabled through the provision of holistic, balanced, and entrepreneurial graduates who will go on to make a positive impact to the world around them. However, ministry can never do this on our own. I hope all of us must do our part in ensuring that Malaysia's education continues to strive in the global arena. Once again, my heartfelt congratulations to KSI for organizing this summit, and I wish all the participants a fruitful discussion. Thank you very much.